So why it is required? Because in time domain signal, by looking the time domain signal, we cannot say what are the frequency component present in the signal. But in most of the cases, in real life application, we need the frequency component present in the signal. Okay, for that, this transformation, Fourier transform has come into the picture. By Fourier transform, we can say what are the frequency component present in the signal. Okay, it's maybe a periodic or aperiodic signal. We can say what are the frequency component present in the signal. Okay, so why it's required? Because like in any communication systems like wireless communication, mobile communications, or you can say in fiber optics, everywhere, okay, that frequency terms you should know. Okay, the signal are transmitted with different frequencies. Okay, and receiver should know that frequency also. So all these things are taken place with the help of this frequency component. That's why this frequency is very important term to know. That's why this Fourier transform one technique by which we can know the frequency component present in the signal. Okay, so it is that transformation from time domain to frequency domain. You can write like this, and you can write like this also. Fourier transform is a frequency domain representation of a continuous time signal. Okay, somebody messes. Sir, Fourier transform I do not understand. Sir, you can explain again. Somebody maybe he joined lately. So Fourier transform, okay. So it is if a signal is given in time domain. Time domain means x-axis is t, this is amplitude, any signal. Okay. Transformation take place to frequency domain. This will be f. Okay. So by looking, suppose a sinusoidal wave or any wave is there. By looking the wave, we cannot say what is the frequency component present in the signal. But in frequency domain, you can say what types of component present. If this signal is 50 hertz, then at 50 hertz, a spike will be there. Okay. So what I am saying, frequency domain, this Fourier transform is nothing but a transformation from time domain to frequency domain. And by looking the time domain, we cannot say what are the frequency component present in the signal. But by looking the frequency domain, okay, by looking the frequency domain representation, we can say what are the frequency component present in the signal, because this is very important component, okay, of a signal, because based on this frequency only our communication take place. Okay, like every communication, like radio, like internet, or like satellite, like mobile communications, all these take place, all this communication take place in different frequency band. Okay, and we should know the component of this channel, you can say. So like that, this is a very important component, and we can know, we can find the component present in the signal, frequency component present in the signal with the help of Fourier transform only. Okay, and you can write the definition like this: Fourier transform is the frequency domain representation of a continuous time signal. So if xt is any signal, it may be periodic or aperiodic signal, then Fourier transform of x of t It is represent with x of omega. Okay, some of the books it's represent by x of j omega. Okay, so different book there are they have varied. Some books write x of j omega. Okay, but I'll write most of the time x of omega. So x of omega equal to integration minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power minus j omega t dt. Okay, and inverse of Fourier transform. Inverse means from x of omega we will find the xt. Inverse means we can find the xt with the formula twice pi by minus infinity to infinity x of omega e to the power j omega t dt. Okay, these two formula you should know to solve the problem. The x of omega is Fourier transform. Okay, the coefficient for Fourier transform you can say x of omega, and x of omega can be found integrating minus infinity to infinity x of t e to the power j minus j omega t dt. Okay, have you completed?
Yes, sir.
Now come to the that concept only, sir. Why this Fourier series okay cannot do? It's over. So come to the derivation of Fourier transform. Okay, from Fourier series. Okay, how we can relate this thing? How we can derive the Fourier transform equation from the Fourier series? Because Fourier series is only for the periodic signal, whereas Fourier transform is for both periodic as well as non-periodic signal. Okay, we can find the frequency component. So what we know that Fourier series are for periodic signal. So what is the periodic signal? Periodic signal, in case of periodic signal, the complex exponential terms, okay, are the harmonically related, or you can say they are the orthogonal in nature, and we can sum. If we sum those orthogonals, then we can find the expression for the periodic signal. Okay, so for aperiodic signal, what we'll take? We'll take the time period as a infinity. Okay, because for aperiodic signal we don't know the period, no. So you can write like this: an aperiodic signal can be viewed as a signal with an infinity period. Okay, we can assume that a periodic signal aperiodic signal with the periodic signal. We can visualize a periodic signal with periodic signal which has infinite period. Okay. So we know that omega naught equal to twice pi by t. No, if t tends to infinity, okay, this frequency will decreasing. Okay, if it is increasing, this term t will be increased, means omega naught will be decreasing. Okay, so like that you can write like this. We know that as the period increases, the fundamental frequency decreases. Okay, decrease. Okay, if t tends to infinity, okay, then frequency component form a continuous value. Okay, okay, this frequency component form a continuous values, can write, and you can write Fourier series summation becomes an integral. So what I'm try to explain with these lines, when I plot, you can able to understand. Okay, suppose a signal is given. This is a periodic signal is given A. Okay, and then distance between this is D. Okay, and time period will be this to this much, or you can take from this to this. Okay, this is the time period T. So what will be the Fourier series of this? Can anybody say? I have given, I think, this equation. This problem I have given. The Fourier series would be a sinc function like that. We will get a Fourier series representation. This is the Fourier series representation. Okay, so this is xn. So what is the xn equation? You can write here a by d for this waveform, a by d by t sine n omega naught d by 2 by n omega naught d by 2. For this equation, this is the x of t. The Fourier series x of n equal to a by d by t sine n omega naught d by 2 n omega naught d by 2. Okay, what is the this is the n omega naught. Okay, this x-axis is the frequency term Fourier series. N are the integer value. So for the fixed number, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, like this component are present. Okay, and the distance between these two, this distance, okay, suppose this distance is nothing but it is omega naught, okay. Understand? Have you taken the diagram? -1, -2, -3. Can I move to the next slide? So the distance between two samples are nothing but omega naught, okay. Now come to the aperiodic signal. Aperiodic signal, that is no repetition of the signal. This is the aperiodic signal, okay. The distance is T or D only. This is A only. Similar, I have taken only one block, but what I have taken, I have increased the time period. Here, T is very large value, okay. But this is a aperiodic signal because no repetition in the waveform of the pattern of the waveform. So if we take the Fourier series of this, what we will get? We will get the same waveform only, same waveform, but with high number of sample. Should be straight one. This is the sinc function. Okay. Here, this also xn, but the distance between two sample omega naught is very less, very small. Okay. The distance between two sample is very small as compared to the other, because we have increased the time period, because we know that omega naught is nothing but twice pi by t. If we increase the t, the time period omega naught will be decreased. So that's why the same distance between two sample will be very less. Understand? So if we increase the, this is the aperiodic signal, but for aperiodic signal, we should assume this time period as the infinity. Okay. If we take the infinity, then what is the distance between two sample? What is the distance between two sample? Is the value of omega naught? What will be the value of omega naught? That is 0. And the waveform will get a continuous form. Understand? This is the x of omega. Now you can write. This is the x of omega. It is in continuous form. Okay. This is, you can write f now. Okay. This will be AD only. This is the Fourier series. If we take a t tends to infinity, okay. But you can replace this xn with the x omega, because this is the Fourier transform. Have you understood what I am trying to say with this diagram? Any doubt? And thus equation will come x of omega equal to integration minus infinity to infinity minus j omega naught t dt. Okay. Just for the concept, I have drawing these three plot so that you can try relate the things. Okay. Have you taken the note? It's clear? Any doubt? Class, please take the attendance. Derivation mathematically, how we can give? Let me give. It will take 5 minutes on. Let me give. Exponential Fourier series of periodic signal x of t. I am taking x of t as a periodic signal is x of t equal to summation of n equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e to the 1 j n omega naught t. Okay, understand? So this is the representation of Fourier series. Okay, for x of t. So wait. Don't write. Let me give that equation. Is cut down. So if exponential Fourier series periodic signal xt, then what will be the Fourier series coefficient? Coefficient can be write 1 by t naught plus t x of t dt e to the power j minus j n omega naught t dt. Okay. So this period, this t or t naught, we can write like this also, minus t by 2 by t by 2. This is also the range of this also only one period, minus t2 to t2. Okay, x of t dt e to the power minus j n omega naught t dt. Okay. So this t take in the right side. Then I have taken this t at the left hand side. So t into x of n integration minus t by 2 to t by 2 x of t e to the power minus j n omega naught t dt. Okay. Take one number. So we can write like that. When t tends to infinity. Okay. When t tends to infinity, x of t become what? X of t. This x of t is nothing but a periodic signal. Okay. A periodic signal, but x of capital T is periodic signal. When t tends to infinity, this become a periodic signal, and you can write t x of n become x of omega, and n omega naught become omega. Okay. So one can be written as x of omega equal to, if question asks for the derivation, you can write like this simple. Simply you can just equate the things, but graphically I have shown to make you understand. Okay, these things only dt. This is the ultimate. We have got the Fourier series coefficient. Okay. This is the Fourier transform of x of t. So when t tends to infinity, xt, capital Xt become xt. This t into xn become x of omega, and n of omega you can write a continuous omega. Okay. So like this, that proof I have given. Similarly, you can prove for the x of t also, but I think this thing only sufficient. I think it's you have understand the things. So do you have any doubt?